Bezos out? Well, kind of. Google-Canberra standoff continues and the ribbon is officially cut on space tourism. My name is Tommy McCubbin and this is the Tech Files, unpacking all the big stories, mergers, acquisitions and IPOs you need to know about. Let's dive in. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is stepping down as CEO to become executive chairman of the group, enabling him to focus on his various other ventures. Andy Jassy, the CEO of AWS, is slated to replace Bezos. In a letter to staff, Mr. Bezos said, "As executive chairman, I'll stay engaged in important Amazon initiatives, but also have the time and energy I need to focus on the Day One Fund, the Bezos Earth Fund, Blue Origin, and the Washington Post." Did he just say the Bezos Earth Fund? Is that him splitting his wealth equally with everyone on Earth? Because if it is, we all get $44 each. Back in 1996, around the time of their IPO, Amazon had sales of just 16 million, a sum the company now casually makes every 20 minutes. The company's 2020 sales hit 386 billion, up a staggering 37% year on year, with net income almost doubling to 21 billion. It's been 48 hours since the announcement, and so far, Wall Street could care less. Hopefully, the remaining founder CEOs of big tech follow suit, not directed at anyone in particular. Mark. Alphabet has surpassed expectations this week, showing quarterly revenue earnings of 57 billion. Earnings per share came in at 22.30 versus analyst estimates of 15.90. The company revealed its cloud revenue for the first time, with sales there up 47% year on year to 3.83 billion for the quarter. Another stellar result was ad revenue at YouTube, soaring 46% year on year to 6.89 billion, and Google search ad revenue, that only, grew 17% year on year. Google continues to threaten to withdraw its search engine in Australia if the government proceeds with a new code that would force it and Facebook to pay media companies for the right to use their content. Look, it's a win-win for us punters. If they stay, we see some of those billions distributed to the Olympic media. Really, do you hear me vouch for this bloke? But you saw all those green arrows. But if Google leave, it'll be a golden time to back ourselves in for an Australian-made search engine. SpaceX has announced plans to send its first all-civilian crew to space at the end of the year, in a charity mission led by Jared Isaacman, founder of Shift4 Payments. The mission, named Inspiration 4, will launch from SpaceX's 39A launch site at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, atop the company's Falcon 9 rocket. The 4 crew members will spend up to 5 days in the Crew Dragon capsule as it orbits Earth every 90 minutes. And for the ultimate 2021 version of Willy Wonka's golden ticket, if you want to join them, there are 4 seats up for grabs. And all you have to do is donate to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital to be in the running. The aim is to raise 200 million for the hospital's research work. Reuters reported that SpaceX could be valued in the range of 60 to 90 billion, up from 46 billion in August as it finalises its latest funding round. SpaceX's IPO, if and whenever it goes down, will be one for the ages. On Musk, in a press conference for Neuralink, his brain-controlled computing company claimed they have implanted their wireless chip in a monkey's brain that enabled the monkey to play Pong with its mind. Musk is quoted, "We've already got like a monkey with a wireless implant in their skull and the tiny wires, who can play video games using his mind, and he looks totally happy. He does not look like an unhappy monkey." Look, we get it, Elon. He's a happy monkey because we all know monkeys would rather play Game Boy in a lab than climb trees in the jungle. Musk's overarching goal is to create a direct neural connection between the brain and computers, which will be processed at the speed of thought. A patent for the brain implant was published this month, with human trials expected for later in the year. Although Musk touts the benefits for brain disease, the ethical considerations are overwhelming. And if you want to make a career change to work for this bloke on human-robot symbiosis, jobs are going now at Neuralink. If you want more on this topic, subscribe to Future Sandwich podcast, winner of Australia's Best Tech Podcast, where I, host, go deep on the frightening possibilities of brainware in a brand new episode dropping next week. China's Geely and Foxconn are in talks to provide contract manufacturing for EV makers and one of Tesla's biggest competitors, Faraday Future. They will go public via a merger with Property Solutions Acquisition Corp, valuing the combined entity at $3.4 billion. China continues to dominate the consumer tech manufacturing market, and by the looks of it, are now cementing their place as the Detroit of electric vehicles. Ford has announced that millions of its vehicles will run on Google's Android platform starting in 2023. Now that means Google's voice-activated assistant, Google Maps, and other Android apps will be available in Ford's cars without requiring the use of an Android smartphone. They'll also use Google's cloud as its connected vehicle service. Now this is the first of many alliances forged in building tech platforms that will drive autonomous vehicle systems. We've got Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Chinese tech companies Baidu, Alibaba. They're all going to step into the ring soon enough. Now, when Amazon says touchless checkout at retail stores, they mean it, with the first Amazon One palm readers officially being rolled out to more retail stores in Seattle. Now a simple Jedi-like wave of your hand will clear you at the checkout of Amazon Go stores. And in this week's IPOs, aptly named edtech startup Nerdy, owner of popular tutoring business Varsity Tutors, is seeking to merge with TPG Pace Tech Opportunities. The transaction is expected to close in Q2 and will value Nerdy at about $1.7 billion. Varsity Tutors is a two-sided marketplace that matches tutors to students in one-to-one or group environments, covering more than 3,000 subjects. And in a world where cars are just rolling computers, we are seeing Otonomo, the cloud-based software startup that helps companies capture and monetize connected car data, set to list soon. The Israeli-based startup has agreed to merge with SPAC Software Acquisition Group with a valuation of $1.4 billion. Arrival, Canoe, Lordstrom Motors, Luminar, ChargePoint, and the Lion Electric and Proterra are just some of the other transportation-related companies that have announced or closed their SPAC mergers in the past several months. Astra, a startup that makes small rockets to send satellites into orbit, is going public via SPAC Helicity. The deal is expected to raise up to $500 million in cash proceeds and value the combined company at $2.1 billion. The company has yet to begin commercial operations, although a December 2020 test launch of its rocket, 3.2, came very close to entering Earth's orbit. Astra is backed by Mark Benioff of Salesforce and Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google. And finally, in earnings, Apple hit their financial year running, delivering their first $100 billion plus quarterly revenue number with a 21.3% increase in their December quarter. The installed base of active devices surpassed 1.65 billion globally, with an iPhone being the device of choice for over 1 billion humans. No doubt the rollout of 5G around the world has helped boost these numbers, with every new model of the iPhone 12 family being 5G compatible. Services revenue grew 24% after Apple for the first time made available their bundled subscription package Apple One across the board. The fence gets higher and the flowers bloom more fragrant in the wonderful world of Apple's walled garden. Now that's a wrap for this week. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a mate, like or subscribe below. And big thanks to Granite Bay Capital for their insights. There's a link below where you can subscribe to these insights directly to your inbox. My name is Tommy McCubbin and you can find me at futuresandwich.com. This has been the Tech Files. We'll see you next week.